Okay team, so it's a bit of a tip video, this one. I've been using this for quite a few weeks now, tour rotation stick, but it's actually cut down. It says it properly there, tour rotation stick, TRS. My older brother cut it down for himself a few years ago and then I stole it. You know, I played the pro card and like, mate, I need it more than you. I really have been enjoying this a lot, and it kind of goes in conjunction with a brilliant video that Golf Monthly put up recently with Robert Rock, where he's talking about the golf swing, and obviously he's one of the best swingers of a golf club out there in probably the last 20 years or so, and he's definitely put a lot of work into how he does it. So it's a great video. I would watch that for a lot of tips. But one thing he kind of is talking about, he's basically, his philosophy seems to me, obviously I can't speak for him, but his philosophy is along the lines of like, let's make things as simple as possible, not have too many moving parts, keep it to sort of big muscles. But one thing that he was saying was that he sort of has to focus on the takeaway quite a lot and getting the trail arm, so for me, my left arm, for a right hander, the right arm, getting that to sort of fold and bend around the back, around the torso in the backswing. He said that he sort of has to think about that a lot, and that is something I've always struggled with a lot. You know, I'll easily get an arm that comes out like this, which doesn't work when you do this because it's going to start hitting you. But what I found is when I use this, obviously you have to set up in a position where this is missing your hips. You can't quite set up normally, you know, so you have to have this kind of preset forward press. But what I found was that it does just put my arm in this nice soft position, which I can then just rotate around, and you don't have to change your wrist angles at all. You're just moving it around. My wrist angles are not changing here at all. I'm just already in a preset good position. So I think what I took from that was a little bit that you have to make your own analysis of a golf swing in terms of your body. Like you can try and make certain moves, and you have to ask yourself, can I make that move physically? And if I can't, is there something that I can input into setup or something like this, which isn't wrong or going to make things too difficult, that will actually just help sort of nudge you in a direction that makes things a bit more simple for you. So for me, I feel like that's what I was able to take. Like, yeah, there are certain moves that I can do, but I needed to find a way that this left elbow can just be a bit softer, because then it's like he's talking about, just keeps things very simple. So, you know, when I'm using the TRS band, it's not full swings, but that arm is just in position and it's very out in front of you, and much easier for me to focus on how my lower body works. There we go, we've got a nice wind off a left here as well. Great for a lefty. Just wanted to get a little down the line video as well to explain why I'm working with the TRS thing. As I was talking about it helping with my trail elbow being a lot softer, that helps me just to have just this one plane. I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to get the hands out, I'm not trying to keep it under here. It helps things just fold around and keep really good connection with this arm so that we can just maintain the angles a lot more. You know, what I've struggled with in the past is I would take it out and this arm will get disconnected. And at that stage, you will often see people reroute to lay it off quite a lot. But those are all moves which require something going back in the downswing. And obviously the downswing happens so quickly that we don't really want to give ourselves too much to do in the downswing. So that's why it's good to have something, a training aid that keeps things simple for you, just allows your body to move in a way that is repeatable. So just sort of, you know, the setup is very consistent because it has to be when I've got this thing in the way, you know, and then I'm able to just sort of rotate around, and my only goal is just to not hit myself, essentially. Oh, I think of it that, nearly hit the range man there. That would have been unacceptable.